Hiya! Yes, welcome to Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday's unexpected live stream. Yes, I apologise. It was going to be a Headgaskets live, but we're going to do that, I believe, next Thursday instead. So write it in your diaries with a pen. I have got a pen. Write it in your diaries with. I ain't got a diary. I'll write it on this wood. Write it on your bits of wood with a pen. Next week. There you go. Next week. Yes. So welcome. It's not Monday. It's not Headgaskets. It's Thursday with me. Yes, and I literally have no idea what I'm going to talk about. I suppose the big topic from today is Pride of Longbridge is cancelled this year. They did a bit of a recce on the area that the event parks up in, which from pictures that I've seen before, God, these glasses are filthy. Pictures I've seen before is like a big field. It's pretty much waterlogged. So obviously, if cars could get on and off it, that's fine, but it's probably going to wreck it. I remember last year, I think Rob said he got stuck in some mud, and it hadn't been that much rainy since then. So it's probably best all round. People don't want to A, get stuck, or B, wreck the park. So then the people that sort of like the council or whoever it is who organises the allowing of having these events on this place would then be thinking twice about future car events if it got wrecked. So so unfortunately Paul is no longer going ahead this year, which is messed up quite a few people's plans, because as you might be aware or might not be aware, and I'm certainly quite a newcomer to this poll thing. There's a lot of people that travel. Apparently, Colin of Robson Rover Repairs was saying there's a group of people that were going to be travelling over from Turkey. So it's probably good that they kind of cancelled it earlier, because they'd have been setting off on Saturday, I think he said. So it's good to know in advance so people can sort of change the plans before they set off, basically. But it's a bit of an old bump in the road, I suppose, for the year's events, shall we say. There seems to be a lot of noise on Facebook about other groups creating other events. So there's a few things going on there. There's going to be an event, I believe, at the Great British Car Journey, which is it's closer for me. From my own selfish point of view, it's closer for me, and I like that place to do good bacon butties. So I might find myself down there. Hopefully, Stickman, the uneventful adventures of Stickman, will find himself there as well. I'm not sure about Rob from Beards and Bangers. I don't know what he's got planned. I think he's planning on still staying down at the hotel before. I don't know. It's kind of sent people into disarray, hasn't it? Because a lot of people plan stuff around it. So, but there we go. Why are you not changing? Now you are changing, but now you're not changing. Now you are changing. Right. You carry on changing when I talk, and we'll be all right. So there we go. That's the bigger news of the day. In the slightly lesser news, so we've got Paul here. This is the poll news, and then we've got my news here. So in a slightly lesser news, maybe quite a lot lesser news actually, Jenny's head has been fully removed from her block. So that was a thing that happened yesterday. Some good news. Bottom end, fine. All the liners and everything, spot on. They're all sitting slightly proud. So we're all good and groovy in that extent. Some lesser good news is the head's buggered. So it'll not be until Sunday when she gets another head put on and rebuilt on there. So that'll be Sunday. So the ideal would have been yesterday. Should have got completely done, but the chap that came round, and some of you might know who it is. I don't know who I've told I'm using, and I don't want to advertise it at the moment until I've talked to him and said, "Do you mind me saying who's done this?" He's a very nice chap, and he knows his onions. He literally knows all his onions. If you put all his onions in a row, if you got his onions and you mixed them in with other people's onions and said which are your onions, he would definitely know his onions from all the other onions. He's got big brains in his head. Got big brains. What were I talking about? Where were I going with that? I've no idea. Anyway, so yeah, Sunday, which is kind of not that much of a problem because it was supposed to be Monday that she had a spring swapped over. But now that's not happening until the week after, so she still wouldn't have been coming to Poll anyway. So yeah, I think Jenny's first public outing will be the Chiltern Rally on the. Now I'm going to look at that year planner behind me because I can't remember. I think it's 19th of May. The Chiltern Rally on the 19th of May will be Jenny's first public outing in her final form. There might even be some number plates from Matt Dickens attached to him by then. So she'll have a smiley plate and everything. I'm sure there was something else. Oh, and I bought some genuine Rover mud flaps as well. So they'll be on at that point. So she should be completely done by then. I might even have a working stereo. What else was there? I'm sure there was something else. Come on, Simon, think. What was the? No idea. So yes, that's the Jenny news. I've been rambling for 8 minutes already. Let me have a look who's in the chattifications. While I have a cup of tea. Jeebus creepers. Oh, my poor ticker. Look at this. Adam was here, and that comment was put at 3 minutes past 7. Now, whether he's still here, no, that's a different matter. Because quite frankly, it's fine, Adam, if you turn up early, but you've actually got to be there at the start of the stream as well. Not before the start of the stream. That's pointless. But I had Barry Scrotter was here just after as well. Everybody's like been an hour early, and he says, "Hello there, quiz lovers." Quiz lovers, lovers of the quiz. And Barry is here. Greetings, Barry. Hope you're doing well and you had a lovely break. And Matt quite rightly says, "Whoa, easy there, Dr. Ebel," which is Adam, by the way. Adam's been sharing pictures of stuff that he does on his own when he's at home. Oh, it's sexy. Oh, he's been sharing some sexy pictures. Oh, I can't wait to see what he's been doing actually in real time, actually in front of me. Like, I can't wait to see Adam's endeavours with my own eyes, like literally looking at him. Rubbing my knees like that. It's gonna be good times. It's gonna be good times. And then there's me. I was just about to read that out, and then Barry Scrotter says, "Smashy Pistons, is it true Poll has been cancelled?" Indeed it has. Oh, look. Oh, I'm on Facebook this time. Simone, Facebook user here. Well, greetings, Simone, and I hope you are doing well for a Thursday. So there you go. And I hope you're enjoying being X age plus 1 day. X age plus 1 day. So tell me, Simone, or tell us all. How does it feel being X age plus 1 day? I'll write on my shoes just in case I forget. I can't remember what it was that you're writing on your shoes there, Stephen. Bloody kids, says Simone. I played Fortnite on telly, on telly. So I'm on my telephone device thing. Blooming ex, Simone. How come you've got kids round at your house, or are you at someone else's house? Why have kids got in your house? And Barry says, hello, Simon. Greetings, Barry. Evening once again, says Adam, and this one was put here at 1 minute past 8. So that, in fact, actually, we need to make sure that is actually pure evil. Yeah, it looks like it is. So that's all right. So welcome, Adam, and thank you for joining at an hour before the start and at the actual start of the stream. Thank you for that. Judge is here, and she says "A up," which I can only imagine is some sort of French term for get off me land or something like that. And Simone says she calls Fortnite fork knife. I don't like Fortnite. It's too boring, and it's like it has the same vibe as that. Oh, what were that 5-a-side-ish football game with cars? Can't remember what that was called, but that was boring and all. Matt Dickens says, at least it wasn't the fiasco of 2018. I have no idea what happened then, but it looks like someone else has asked that question. Stephen S. Paul says, hello, fellow planet dwellers and oxygen users. Are you talking about the ones that are watching this stream or all of them? You need to tell me that before I go off on one. Barry Scott says, Greater British Car Journey is miles away. Unfortunately, it's miles away for a lot of people. It's just less miles away for me, and even less miles away for Matt. Barry Scott asks Matt what happened in 2018. Barry Scott says to Stephen, hi, Stephen, sorry for using the oxygen. Jim Bob's Garage says, Jenny from the block, ? Jenny and the block, by the sounds of it at the moment. I did take some photos of all the engine jamness. Let me see if I can find them. In fact, let's do this while I look for these pictures. Hey, Rover people, why don't you phone a friend, have some fun, get out of your garage and stop repairing your head gasket. Call sexy young other people that you don't know right now on 0891 27 27. That's 0891 27 27 27. They don't have engine jam. There you go, another useful advert brought to you from Smashing Pistons directly to your eyes and your ears this time. Yes, that's so when the rocker cover got taken, well, the cam cover got taken off, Jenny. There's the engine jam inside. What a delightful colour engine jam that is. Just shows you how much water had got in. And let me find the other photo of the. Oh, hang on, where is it? Oh, I didn't take a picture of it. Bloody hell! This is the one. This is the one of the head. This is the one of Jenny's head. There we go. So apparently it was this piston here, this one, that was the main culprit. And the valves being that light colour is apparently a sign of water ingress. But if I'd have took a picture of the actual piston heads, you could see that one was quite clean compared to the rest, which is apparently another telltale sign of water getting into that piston more than the others. And and the head had actually got a bit of a lip around where the wherever it is sits on there. So that is a sign that it's got super hot because. And here's some science for you. Science on a Thursday. Who'd have thought it? As more normal metals, if you heat them and quench them, that hardens them. Apparently, aluminium works the other way around. If you heat them and quench them, that softens them. And I think, what was the other one? Was it brass or copper? I can't remember. There's another one that does the same. So it's yes, there's some science around metal or metallurgy. Metallurgy? Metallurgies? Metallurgy. I don't know. Whatever the word is. I did some work at a company called Spear and Jackson's when I was at college. One of my jobs every day was to go to the machine that did induction hardening on hacksaw blades. And the way that worked is basically it had a coil that inducted a massive magnetic field, and it passed the blade through it. You could see the blade glow as it went through this magnetic field. And then after that, there was some jets firing. I can't remember whether it was water or oil. I assume it were. I'd assume oil or something at the blade to cool it down. Excuse me. Yeah, it was my job to go and take one of the blades off the production line, break a small piece of it off, put it in a bit of a. I don't know what you'd call the machine, but what basically it was, it put that little bit of a blade into a resin block. So if you can imagine, a resin block about that size, but it's solid, and then in bottom you've just got a bit of a blade. So I'd have to get that and then put it on some discs of sand, like wet and dry paper, until I got it down. I think there were 4 different grades, so until you could see the blade at the bottom and it were all smooth. And then I'd put this little block, I'd get this little block like this, so I'd move it from this machine bit, put it over here, and there'd be a machine that had a specific weight on it and a tiny point with a diamond tip that was cut like a pyramid, but facing down, a downward pyramid, and you had to line it up onto the hardened part of the teeth, and let it drop into the blade, and then take it back up. And you could measure how hard the blade was, that part of the blade, by measuring the diameter of the imprint that this diamond had made on it. And that's how you tested the hardness and made sure that the hardening machine was working correctly, was doing its job, what it should be doing. So yeah, that was my job for a couple of weeks. It sounds more exciting than it was. So there you go. Where did we say? Matt says, apologies for the delay. I was just shifting the exhaust. Mr. Matt himself has bought himself. Mr. Matt himself has bought himself. Mr. Matt has bought himself a stainless steel exhaust system for his Streetwise today. And to mine and Rob's dismay, it's come with a deresinated middle pipe, which is what I'd like to put on Jenny at some point because she's not very loud. But that might be a future thing to put on. But yeah, he's got himself a decent bargain there, I think. Oh, Matt says, "Whoa, hello there," which is how Matt talks. "Hello, I'm Matt Stickman, and I've got a stick with a quid on it." So yeah, that's how Matt talks. Mystic Hair is here. It always gets me, that one. I always say Mystic Hair is here, or Mystic Air is here. Mystic Hair is here, and it says, "Evening, Simon. Greetings, Mystic Hair." I assume he's ignoring everybody else in the chat, and rightly so. You shouldn't have to feel obliged to say hello to everybody in the chat every time. Well, I think Jack's coming into the room in a bit. Maybe he's changed his mind. Facebook user says hello. Don't know who that is. Tommy Dapper. All right, all. How's yous? All okay? I imagine Tommy Dapper's a bit distraught at the moment. And Barry Scrotter says, "I'm all right, Tommy. How's it going?" And then, what's this? Boston Tummy me money. And Ben's here, and Ben says, "Ooh, head gasket failure. Where's the clock room? I need my coat." Yes, well, we knew. Hello? You okay down there? Okay. I don't know if people aren't familiar with Jenny's story. Jenny was saved from the scrap man. Basically, our friend Kevin owns a garage. Jack's being weird. And somebody just rang him up one day and said, "I've got an old Rover. Would you buy it off me for scrap?" It's just sat around doing nothing. So my dad just happened to be at Kevin's when he got this call, and Kevin was like, "Oh, somebody wants me to go and pick a Rover up for him and just give him scrap value for it." So I jokingly said, "Well, if it's a Rover 200, let me know because I'd be interested in that. But if it's a 25, I'm not fussed." And most of them are 25s, aren't they? Not that I've got anything against the 25, but I just like the face of the 200 better. Anyway, it ended up being a 216 SI in British Racing Green. So I said, "I'll have that. Let's buy that and do it as a save it from the scrapyard. But me and my dad will sort of work on it together and get it up to spec." So yeah, we bought it knowing it had got head gasket failure already. But we put it through an MOT just to see what else it needed. And it passed its MOT. So everything we've done on it has been improvements. And then the last things are the head gasket and putting a set of lower springs on it. Because I don't know what they were thinking in late 90s, but it's got suspension that's like 1,000,000 miles high. It's crazy. So I've bought a set of lowering springs and they're going to get put on it and then she'll be finished and there'll be a whole reveal video. And obviously there's a playlist of videos. I think we're on to part. I think I've put up part 27. It might not be live yet, but I think we're on to about 27 parts. So they're not all super long. Quite often they're quite short and maybe about the same thing, but like 2 or 3 times. But yeah, they're all on there. Yeah, and then when Jenny's on the road and everything's done, I'll be looking for another project. So yeah, the ideal one would be an MGZS. Like, let's get this perfectly straight: a facelift MGZS diesel saloon with a 180 body kit on it, but that's not ever going to happen. A bit like, was that a saloon? I think it was. A bit like that Rover 45 that Mustard had in his yard that somebody had put a ZS body kit on. That were a diesel. Or maybe not even a diesel. A diesel would be preferable because it's easy to tune them to be silly, but a petrol one would be good. Don't know what Jack's doing. Juju says, "Hello, Barry. Sorry, I was faffing about. Now I'm settled. Hello, everyone." And then Simone appears on her own channel on a YouTube that says, "Howdy doody. Howdy doody, Simone. Hope you're doing well." And then loads of people say hello to Simone. And then Simone says, "Hi, you're in Norman style," which is like, "Hey, yeah, you're all right. You're right there, Simone." Ben says, "Hello to anyone who's a hero, whose hero is head gasket related." Yes, I have a head gasket related hero. And Steve's here, Blackline, says, "Good evening to John Cleese, Boris Becker's accountant, and of course the number 17. Oh, I doubt John Cleese is watching it. Boris Becker's accountant, I don't even know who they are, but I doubt even more that they're watching it. And the number 17, do you mean the number 17 or do you mean the number 17 bus? I can only imagine you mean the actual number 17. I'll say hello to all them things for you. see, but I'm not sure that any of them are watching. Ben, my hero is going to be a diesel pump related. Jim Bob's Garage. That was me, not Simone. Don't know why I'm coming up as Facebook user. I'm here now. All right, okay. Jim Bob's Garage. When you go on Facebook, you have to give StreamYard permissions to access your Facebook data. Otherwise, it just comes up as Facebook user. That's the reason there. Rocket League. That's the one. Rocket League. I used to play that with my son, and he used to be far better than me. I just used to hate it because it just seemed to be based on luck. Fork Knife is repetitive and has no ending, and I can't stand the graphics. Yeah, the crap. Mark is here. He says, "Good evening, everyone here." Well done, Mark. That's exactly how you're supposed to talk on these chats. Thank you. Can't get on with Fortnite, says Adam. Apex Legends, however, very much is my jam. And I believe Mr. Adam was taking part, or has taken part, or will be taking part in some sort of Apex Legends tournament or something. Tell us more about that, Adam, if you'd like. Don't forget to like the stream, says Tommy Dapper. And Ben says, 891 Rover phone. That number is the Tourette's helpline, actually. When I rang it, all I got was an earful of abuse. The Lost Weekend Secret episode, 2018 poll. Limited Engine Jam. Yes, exactly. Metallurgy. Yes, I was told doing an EGR blank on an aluminium block was a bad idea, as the exhaust temps would rise under sustained load and all manner of hilarity could happen. That's actually a good point. How many aluminium diesels are there? I can imagine diesels are generally iron, aren't they? Because of the high compression. Very good question. Mark says, Hacksaw Blade hardening masterclass. Yes, exactly. And as well, I'm pretty sure it was the hardening machine that fired the jets of water or oil or whatever. But it was super rapid. It meant this could be another machine. But as far as I remember, it was the same one. And the pipes, where whatever liquid it was that came out, were fluted, like in the same way as a gun barrel's fluted. So basically it spins the bullet and there's less friction or something, so it fires out easier. But they were fluted, so you could fire the water or oil, whatever it was, out harder and more consistent. I can do a deal on Stickman's exhaust. I've got access to his shed. There's no good talking about Hope as a shed. That's not very nice, is it? And Mark says, Matt, excellent. You got the stainless exhaust. An exhaust made from something other than a 20-year-old rust? I don't understand. Exactly, Adam. And it is literally typical that I take Jenny's old one to mustard, and then a couple of weeks later, well, maybe more than a couple of weeks, a few weeks later, Matt needs one. We could have used that. Yes, Mark, says Matt. I found one with the manifold all the way to the back. Oh, yeah, it's got the manifold on it, hasn't it? I was thinking it was just from the downpipe. But yeah, Matt's got the 160 one, which is the one with the least restrictions ever on it. It's got is it 6 stud? Does it go 4 to 2 to 1? And it's the 4 to 2 join bit is 6 stud, I think. I believe, anyway. Adam says 200 is equal to 825s. Well, that is the case mathematically. I wouldn't like to say that car-wise, though, because I know you have got 225s. So you'd only need another 6 to catch up my one 200. Spear and Jackson factory used to be at the back of my estate as a kid in the 80s. I have a 70 Spearing Jackson promotional record. Ooh. Well, they had a big factory just off Sheffield Parkway in Handsworth, I think that park counted as. And it were huge. And they used to make all sorts. One of the things they did make there, which I didn't even know existed, was, how can I describe it? An oscillating saw that was safe for kids to use. So if you think that you've got, I don't know whether it cut wood. I think it possibly did, but I don't want to. Don't quote me on that. So you've got a blade like this, in between two bits like that, and then this bit moves up and down like that, oscillating. But it moved in such small movements, but so fast that you could put your finger on it and you wouldn't cut yourself because your finger obviously moves. You know, your flesh on your finger isn't hard, is it? It's soft. It moves about. So you could put your finger on blade and you just moved your flesh about. But if you put something hard, like a piece of wood against it, it used to cut through it. So it was sort of like a child-safe oscillating bladed saw, and they used to make those. They were quite cool. One of the things they wanted me to do, which I was rubbish at, but I did it anyway, is they wanted to test what newton meters of force you needed to put on the blade before it stopped. So what we did, we had the saw bit, so there's the blade, and then there's the carrier, and it vibrates up and down. And then, have you seen, I suppose it's a bit like, like those weighing scales that you hang your luggage off to tell you how many kilograms it is. Well, we had something similar to that, only more accurate, and it measured in newton meters of force or whatever it was. And basically all we had to do was we'd get the oscillating blade like this, and then we'd put like hook this thing onto a chunk behind the blade, and just set a machine up just to pull on this weights thing. So you've got your blade like that, you've got whatever it is we had attached to this newton meters scale thing hooked behind the blade, pulling this way. So this were vibrating and this were pulling, and the more you pulled on this newton meters meter thing, obviously the higher it read. And then as soon as it got to the point where the blade wouldn't move anymore, it'd stop, and you could see on the newton meters how many newton meters of force you put on that blade when it stopped. That was my idea anyway. I don't know whether they needed it for anything or whether they were just keeping me busy. Because I used to go and annoy one designer guy that was busy trying to design things. Because he had pencils. My tea's gone cold. So yes, there you go. Oh, and also, this is where when you make a decision and then you think back and you think, oh, that was stupid. They said, sir, at the end of my like a month or whatever it were, I were there. They said, you can help whatever you want. Take some tools. What tools do you want? And I was like, oh, you know what I really need? I need some side cutters for guitar strings and stuff. So I took one pair of side cutters, and then I'm thinking, well, maybe they'd let me have like a massive set of screwdrivers, or I don't know, whatever else. I can't remember what else they had down there, but they had loads of stuff. So yeah, I got a set of side cutters that snapped about 3 years later, like they just shattered. Ping. Just need hope, mate. That's how my exhaust was manifested. Well done, Matt. He's manifesting his own stuff like that. Oh, and Barry says fire for when you need. Right, I don't know whether I've got fire loaded up. There we go. Fire for when you're tired of not having fire. There you go. For when you're tired of not having fire. Hello to Batman and all the wildlife everywhere. Oh, Judge, what are you doing? There's only one wildlife here. And he's not even that white. Like, Jack, come here. Come here. No, not up there then. Look, Jack's here. Jack, tell people this side. Jack, look. Wait. Ugh. That's Jack's horse. His face looks the same. Look, there you go. Look. There he is. Look. Look. People are up there. You going to say hello to him? Jack? They're completely oblivious to what's going on. Oh, there he is. Oh, what's that? Come out of the way. Where did we get up to? Yeah, so I'm not saying hello to Batman or Judge. Ah, so you're a bit of an engineer, Simon, says Barry Scrotter. Yes, I did. Where's he gone now? I did mechanical and electrical engineering at college. And then I left college, obviously, after I'd done the course and just about passed it, and joined a company making mixing desks and various radio station type equipment and stuff. So that was quite fun. The things that I were building just before I left were like patch bays and stuff. So there'd be about, well, you know what, musical stuff, for stuff like that comes in sizes is your unit. So you get a 1 U. You know, like car stereos, you have 1 DIN and 2 DIN. Well, if you think DIN is a certain width, isn't it? Well, you get units. 1 U is a single U, so it's about that thick. About that thick. Maybe 6 or 7 centimeters, maybe a bit deeper than that. I think it's in inches, actually. So you get 1 U, 2 U, 3 U. Well, these patch bays were like 8 U, so they were like quite chunky things. And obviously each section has got its own rows of jack sockets, which is, I ain't got one to hand, a jack plug. If you think about your headphone plug, but the bigger ones, like guitar leads, that's the size they used. So I was wiring them up, which are tray fun. Each one's sort of got a, what's it? I think it's hot cold ring. I think they use it on the, from memory, or tip ring cold or something. And then you'd have a switched part of it as well. So basically lots and lots and lots of wires on there. And I used to make amplifiers and the actual mixing desk bits and all. Anyway, so I did that for a bit. And then I left to go and work at a pat testing company where we used to go out to various sites and pat test equipment and stuff. But that company were a bit pants. So I left there and went to work at my dad's friend's lawnmower shop, fixing petrol lawnmowers and electric lawnmowers and contractor stuff and all that sort of thing. Then I left and went to work at Aviva for a bit. And then we left there, went to another place, and then it's just been office stuff from there. Pingu Concord is in. He says, yo, 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 sup, homie. Greetings, Pingu. And because Pingu's here, I'm going to put this on. Indeed, elephants. And I managed to sneak a taste of my Portuguese tart. Don't tell Juju. Adam's put a big long message. Let's have a look. It was only a university level. Oh, we're going back to Apex Legends. It was only a university level tournament. Good fun. But mostly an exercise in how to avoid too much brain damage while getting your head kicked in. Okay. Simone says, I have to go to sleep early tonight. I have to get up at 6 a.m. Well, it's a good job you've joined my live stream then, Simone, because this will more than likely send you to sleep. Judge says to Matt, I'm okay, thank you, Matt. Hope you and Tommy are in the place, yo. And Barry says to Tommy, 50 quid for the exhaust you worked at Rover, you know how to nick stuff. Pingu says, has Jenny had her head gasket changed yet? No, what happened was, Pingu, the head's buggered. It's got super hot, so it's got a ridge round a few of the pistons, which means it can't be used. So Chappie McFellerman is coming back on Sunday with another head, popping that on. So it should be Sunday afternoon or evening. She should be ready to roll. And then I've got another, not next week, the week after is when she's getting her springs done. So after that, she should be ready. So yeah, it'll be a case of doing the videos, and then as soon as she's got the right stance and everything, I can drive her somewhere and film the outside shots for the release, the reveal video. Ben says, my bad, it was a cheeky dig at the stream name. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Word up, Doc Chick Judge. Judge says, Simone, oh my God, 6 a.m. is way too early. Now, viewers, this is a little insight into Judge's life. So, on a Monday, I get up at 5. Judge gets up at whenever I want to. On a Tuesday, I get up at 6. Judge gets up at whenever I want to. On a Wednesday, I get up at whenever I want to, whereas Judge gets up at after Simon because he can make sure our house is nice and warm. Thursday, I get up at 6, whereas Judge gets up at whenever I want to. And on a Friday, I get up at 5, whereas Judge gets up at whenever I want to. So that just gives you a bit of an insight into how Judge's week compares to mine. Simone says, agreed, Judge, I don't like it. Don't do it, Simone. Nobody's forcing you. Dave, the crap car hunter, is here. And he said, not that he's rubbish at hunting cars. I assume he's quite good at hunting cars, but I assume the ones that he's looking for are crap ones. He says, how do, folks? How's it diddling? It's diddling all right. Hang on, I'll just ask Jack. Hang on. In fact, let me turn you around. You'll be able to see mess on the floor, but you'll be able to see Jack. There he is. How's it diddling, Jack? Jack, Dave's asking you a question. How's it diddling? You all right there? You hungry? Do you want some food? You're not having any, you greedy monkey. Oh, there we go. So yes, everything is fine here, Dave. Hope you're doing well as well. Tommy Dapper says to Barry Scrotter, I'll admit to being employed, but I've never worked a day in my life. 6 a.m. is usually an hour after I go to bed. Adam says, I only need another 6 to catch up with your 200. Don't give me ideas. Well, it depends if you do your engine swap, Adam. Matt says, evening, Dave. And Barry Scotty says to Adam, what's your channel? Pingu says, Barry, the Smashing Pistons edit will be uploaded later tonight. Oh, what are we talking about there? I don't know what we're talking about there. What am I doing? Simone says, good night, everyone. Good night, Simone. Hope you have a pleasant evening and nice dreams about crumpets and jam and Cornish pasties. Ivor Howard is here and he says, good evening. Good evening, Ivor. Good evening. In fact, we need to make sure it is Ivor. Yeah. Good evening, Ivor, and I hope you've had a pleasant Thursday. Pingu says, not just seal bashing. Tommy Wink Wink. What's Tommy said? Have I missed something? Wink Wink. Pingu says it's going to be a long one. So much quality content to choose from. What are we talking about? I'm confused. Simon, can you please say Pingu is a pain in the arse for an edit? Oh dear. Pingu is a pain in the arse. There you go. Was that cat AI generated? No, it's Jack. It's Jack the cat. There he is. I don't like it. Don't like being on camera. He only likes being on camera when I ask him a certain question. Jack, you know if you had a motorbike, hang on, let me point camera at him, otherwise it's not funny, is it? Jack, you know if you had a Jack, I'm talking to you. Wait. Jack, you know if you had a motorbike, it'd be a Ducati. Yes, he's impressed, isn't he? He's so impressed with my jokes. He loves them. He's like, "Oh, Dad, you're so funny, so funny." Do you have to be a car whisperer to talk to engineers? I don't know. Used one of those saws at school. The teacher put my hand on one to prove a point. I bet that was an untraumatizing experience for you. Pencils for when you need to write every day. Pingu says, do you want a 1.8K series to pop in instead? I have a spare for you. I think, Pingu, I mean, obviously don't save it or anything, but I think I'm going to try and do a bit of a project for next winter where I build up an engine. So my idea is to buy a 1.8. I don't know what there is you can do to make them different. I might try and put different cams in and stuff. Just as an experiment, really, to see if I can do it. So yeah, maybe at the end of the year I'll be interested in coming and buying that, taking it off your hands. But yes, there you go. You better not be, Matt, otherwise I'll have to kick you. I do get up whenever, start work whenever, and still need. This is true. Ujudge does not hold herself to the modern concept of time. She basically makes her own time up, and then she still needs more time, even though she's not used any of the time. Mustard just stuck his live up. I can't handle 2 Anglo live streams at the same time. Oh yeah, Mustard seems to be doing. Is it like 8:40? He seems to be doing lives at 8:40 every day. He said the other day that he'd done a stream at 9 because I know he knows I do one 8 till 9, and that I think it was Monday, and that Boaty does his from 10. It's like mine have always been like an hour and a half, 2 hours. I've never just done one for an hour. Only when I used to do the mustard before, honey before the mustard ones, when he used to do his at 9, I used to start at 8. But yes, so yes, Mustard is doing a stream at 8:48 all the time. This one will be better. Have you got a quiz set up? Well, funny you should say that, Barry. I do have a quiz ready for us, just on the off chance that someone would ask for a quiz. So I shall start it up, and fingers crossed that this is an interesting quiz. I feel it's fitting for this Thursday to have this sort of channel, this sort of quiz. So let me share the screen. But the fact that I'm laughing to be anything other than my own. Blooming heck. Bear with. Right, should be back. Let me know if you can hear me now. Hear me now. There we go. No, not no sound still. What's going on? Oh, you can hear now. Right, okay, good. Right, let me try again. I think it didn't switch screens quick enough and I shared my own screen. Right, let's try again. Here we go. Oh, it's not. What's it doing? I can't hear anything. What's going on here? So is the sound okay for you guys now? Oh, Judge, you'll have to tell me because I don't know how far I am behind on comments. Okay, that's good. Well, I just can't hear anything from here. So that's weird. I wonder why it did that. Very bizarre. Yeah, I literally can't hear anything. I wonder if I put some music on whether I can hear that. Hang on, let's try. Uh, no, I can't hear that. I bet you guys can hear that. Very strange. I wonder why it's doing that. Can you hear the game music? Oh, there's a mute tab. What about this one? That's a mute tab as well. Yeah, very strange. So everything, all the audio's back except I can't hear anything. Wonder if I turn these on and off, whether it'll come on for me. I mean, I don't care whether I can hear it or not. If you can hear it. Oh no, I can't hear the game music either. Well, Max says he can hear it. What's going on? Oh dear. It started when I started sharing that screen, didn't it? Let's see if I can unshare it, see if that makes any difference. Unmute. You unmute. I will try sharing again. Yeah, I've got also share tab audio on. So it should work. But yeah, my computer's not giving me anything. Oh well, as long as you can hear me and I can not hear anything else, that's fine. I still don't understand what you can hear and what you can't hear. But I know how to fix that. I know how to work it out. Or I could do if I could find my stream on here. Bear with me while you log in. Oh, we've got 6 people in. Dooby dooby doo. Computer says no. I don't know why it's not giving us the sound from the game. That's a bit annoying. Maybe let me just do a test. Yeah, I'm getting sound from other tabs, just not that. Bear with me, I'll stop sharing again. So, can you guys hear me talk, which is one of the most important things? All right, so you can hear me and other stuff, but not the game music. Well, sod it then. We'll just carry on without that game music. So let me share it, and we'll just carry on without that. As long as you can hear me, that's all that's important. Yeah, because I'm not getting any game music either. So maybe Kahoot's just decided to throw a wobbler. If I try muting it and then unmuting it. Bloody hell. Oh well, let's carry on. So, quiz start. Cheese. It's a quiz about cheese. So, question 1. Which of them isn't a cheese? I'm sure Ujud you'll be able to tell us what that actually means. Barry says, all I know about cheese is it comes on a pizza. And 5 people knew that le pot du puree isn't a cheese. Cool beans. Mike Jack. Percy Biggin. Inspector Hector. Headgasket. Poter. And me. Moving on to question 2. What is the cheese? Tomato, it's not sliced mozzarella. Is that how you spell mozzarella? That doesn't look right, does it? But that's the right thing. Moving on to question 3. What is this cheese? Oh, we've got music back. Yellow, cheddar, fancy, or Swiss? Oh, we've lost music again. You've got bits of music. Maybe it's Kahoot that's having a bad day. It was cheddar. Still got no sound on that bit. Moving on to question 4. I'll stop at question 6 to do a recap. What's the best cheese? None I hate it all and will not stop to destroy all cheese. Swiss, American, or all? And the answer is obviously all the cheese, but all the answers were correct. So everybody gets some points. Moving on to question 5. What is this cheese? What is this cheese? Choose me, cream cheese, crème cheese, le poudre. Cream cheese. Question 6. What is this cheese? 8, feta, warm, Swiss. This cheese quiz isn't being particularly good up to now, is it? Feta cheese it is. Let's have a round up. So we've got Inspector Hector first, Mike Jack. That's a very good play on words, actually. Percy Biggin, Khan, and me. Which is obviously not me, it's someone else. Moving on to question 7. What is this cheese? Oh, we've got music back. This nice Swiss with one X or holy. And then the music goes to Swiss. Bizarre, this music thing. Question 8. What is this cheese? Fried, I dare you, garlic. Educational. What the hell is going on with this? Fried cheese. Have we done this quiz before? Because I remember there was another cheese quiz that was terrible. A terrible cheese quiz. Moving on to question 9. What is this cheese? Is that Brie, or Bobby McElliot's the third's favourite? It's Brie. We've got a lovely Brie in fridge. It's ripening off very nicely. Brie. Oh, big change there. So we've got Mike Jack at beginning at number 1. Percy Biggin's 2. Khan is 3. Inspector Hector is 4th. And Headgasket Potter is 5th. Moving on to question 10. What is this cheese? Gross oat cottage or toilet cheese? What the hell's toilet cheese? Cottage cheese. Although gross would be a very apt description as well. Penultimate question coming up. Is this the best Kahoot involved cheese? Is this the best Kahoot involved with cheese ever? No. Or Katy Perry? Oh, Katy Perry's a wrong answer. Do you think Russell Brand did this quiz a few years ago? Right then, so any of these could be number 1 after this last question. So let's move it on to question 12. It's going to be something silly, isn't it? What is this cheese? Egg, goat cheese, Swiss, stracchino. I don't know. I've never seen that before. Stracchino. I mean, they're not helping us by having these tiny pictures of it. So let's see what that does to the scores in silence. Mike Jack is 3rd. Percy Biggin is 2nd. I need to turn them speakers down before some actual sound comes on. And Headgasket Potter is 1st. Well done. Nice one. Let's stop sharing that now. Bloody heck. That was terrible, weren't it? Should we see if I can sign in again? See if it does some noises on this one. Bear with me. I'm just going to pick some at random just to see if it actually works. Oh, it's working this time. Should we do this one as well? Just as a convenient contingency after that other one. Good up. Here we go. We'll pop that one there. Mustard's nicking your sound as well, says Bingo. How rude. Adam assumed any cheese, which has to state it's a cheese, couldn't be a cheese. I agree with that. It says she knows pot puree, but not poddy puree. Adam says, I now desire cheese. I blame you for this, Simon. If you're ever in a position where you need cheese, Adam, just pop round. We've always got a selection of cheeses. That's gone. I was the only one to get the wrongly spelled cream cheese. It's not easy being cheesy. Toilet cheese is not for public conversation, says Tommy Dapper. He would know. Damn you, Katie. Exactly. What are these cheeses fans? Is that a reference to Zoolander, Adam? My username was supposed to be Headgasket Potato. Oh, so Udge won that. Okay. Well, I nearly got into the quiz this week. Right, we've got 7 people there. Let's start this quiz complete with music. I can't remember which one it is I've picked. Oh, the 2020 quiz. Questions about 2020. True or false? Captain Tom Moore raised £32,795. Oh no, 7. You can see it. I'm not trying again. It was indeed true. Although there was some controversy of what happened after that, weren't they? I'll have to read up on that. It's very interesting. It's very interesting how things start off being so simple and wholesome, but then as soon as there's vast amounts of money involved in something, they become so sinister and less than wholesome. So we've got too much cheese first, Percy cheese second, third, Portsmouth fourth, Engen jam. Very nice. Very nice. I like that. Question 2. In which Chinese city was COVID-19 first identified? Wuhan. That is entirely correct. Moving on to question 3. What day and time were the 10 claps for the NHS? Friday at 8, Tuesday at 8, Wednesday at 8, Thursday at 8. Thursday at 8. Moving on to question 4. Which country experienced devastating bushfires at the start of 2020? Australia indeed did. Oh, going to change there. Moving on to question 5. Question 5. In what month did Meghan and Harry announce they were stepping down as senior royals? June, January, July, or March? January. So at the halfway point, we've got Engen Jam at first. Percy Cheese is second. Too Much Cheese is third. Dave is fourth. And Evil Cheese is fifth. Go on, Evil Cheese. Moving on to question 6. Who gave the nation's PE lessons during lockdown? Oh God. Joe 90, Joe Wicks, Mr. T, Mr. Motivator. Joe Wicks. Bless him. Bless him and all the sheep that follow him. Moving on to question 7. True or false? Boris Johnson and Carrie Simons' child is called Wilfred Laurie Nicholas. That is indeed its name. Oh, it makes you shudder just thinking about such a concoction going on. Moving on to question 8. What date was the first lockdown announced by Boris Johnson? I believe it was announced on the 23rd. Announced on the 23rd to start on the 24th, my birthday. Thank you very much, Boris Johnson. Not that I put my birthday above the safety of the public. Question 9. Where did Dominic Cummings drive to test his eyesight? Barnard Castle. Obviously, that's where you would do, wouldn't it? You'd always drive to a tourist attraction to test your eyesight. So, penultimate question. So before the final question, first place we've got Dave. Second place we've got Engen Jam. Third place we've got Evil Cheese. So it's moved up the loader board and leaderboard. Fourth place we've got Too Much Cheese, and fifth place we've got Percy Cheese. Percy Cheese. I hope you do well. So, question 10. True or false? Protested in Bristol tipped Edward Colston's statue into the harbour. It was true, and I apologise for my terrible spelling. This again is another one of them quizzes I did while taking calls at work. So, in third place, we have Evil Cheese. Well done, Evil Cheese. Second place, we have Engen Jam. Well done, Engen Jam. And in first place, we have... There we go. What a random quiz that was. I don't even remember writing that one. So I hope you enjoyed that. Let's have a look what we've got down here. I love a stinky cheese, says Dave. What's your favourite cheese, Dave? At the moment, we've found, I think it was Tesco's. They do a nice brie that matures nicely. but I do like a good master. As far as soft cheese goes, yeah, Gouda. I like Gouda. That's nice as well. As long as it's not knob cheese, says Barry. And Ivor's back. Greetings, welcome back. After Googling, I found that it was a reference. That it had been so long since I last saw it, I'd forgotten where it came from. I don't know what you're on about. Oh, right, yes. Adam's talking about his reference to Zoolander. So he did a reference to Zoolander, but he didn't even know he was doing a reference to Zoolander. I've heard of Wu-Tang Clan, but now it's the Wuhan Clan. In hindsight, it's 2020. Is it really that good? That's a very good question, Matt. And stepping up as fish and chip rappers. Adam says, after being the top place cheese-related name, does that make me the big cheese? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Right, guys, I'm going to call it quits there. Because as I may have mentioned before, I've got to get up at 5, even though our judge doesn't have to get up. Well, she doesn't get up at any point that she's supposed to or needs to. She just gets up when she wants. So thank you very much for joining this rather rushed live. Get rid of that banner. Yes, we shall be back to normal on Monday, and I believe the Headgaskets live is going to be next Thursday now. So yes, we shall join me then. I've got 2 quizzes lined up for that one, and obviously there'll be me, my good self, Simone, Colin, and Rob will be joining for some chatty McChatties. Yes, so enjoy, take care, stay safe, and I shall see you on Monday. What should we play you out with? What haven't I used for a bit? I know, we'll put this one on, and then we'll put another one on.
Alright Norman, alright Ernest, this one's for yours too, alright? Here he goes. I'm Tommy Dapper, I'm the Rummy Rapper, coming to you live from the Longbridge Crapper. Hear my rap, hear my rhyme, I'm telling you to take your time, to look around and you will see the greater good of everybody. It's Christmas time, now let's celebrate. Don't be a Norman, now don't be late. To the party of rhyme and fun. Now join with Honest and show us your guns. Yo, alright, alright.
Asda everyday tissues for when you need a tissue every day.